Hello there, dear friend, and welcome. My name is Pastor Michael Mangus from Akron, Ohio, and I am so glad that you are watching my wedding officiating presentation. There's a couple of reasons why I'm putting it online. The first one is that I want you to kind of get a taste of what we have to offer here at Summit Wedding Services without having to meet you. Now, if we need to meet and you live in the northeastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania area, not a problem. Would love to meet with you. But the second reason I'm doing this is because that a lot of times when I go out, I would say 5 out of 10 times, the reason that the couple has me in front of them is because they want my information to give to another wedding officiant, another wedding service, another wedding planner. You do not need to do that. All the information that I cover during the in-face meeting is what I'm going to cover today on this video. So you don't need to call me. And if you have any questions at all, especially the vendors out there, please give me a call, 330-524-4285. Would love to talk to you. So I put in my presentation that this wedding ministry is different. This is different than the other wedding officiants out there. Why is that? Because number one, I'm actually a minister. And number two, that I have incorporated a lot of what is considered higher end bells and whistles that you would usually and normally get with someone who is charging $1,000 or more. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But our wedding ministry is different. We perform non-denominational weddings, either civil or all the way up to spiritual Christian, with no premarital counseling required, no premarital testing, no church membership, equaling no hassle. We operate a non-judgmental ministry. Many of the pastors in this area, northeastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, will not do your wedding ceremony if you have committed one of the 3 sins. The first one is living together. Yes, I know this is the 21st century, but a lot of pastors, if they find out, they will not perform your ceremony. Number 2 is if you have a second or third marriage. It doesn't fly with the pastors. The third one is if you've had a child out of wedlock. Again, a lot of these pastors will not perform your wedding ceremony. So what happens is that then the couple goes over and starts talking to these other ministers who are internet ordained. And I don't have a problem with those folks. Please hear me. They're fine when they are trained properly. And that's the problem, is many will not invest the time, effort, or energy into getting additional training besides just buying a manual off the internet. So you get a professional minister with experience in doing these higher end weddings at an extremely affordable price for you. I'll perform the ceremony at any location. So it doesn't have to be at a church. I love historical churches, do a lot of them, but it does not have to be at a church. It's normally either a park or at the restaurant. I treat you like a member of my church. What does that mean? It means that you get all of my phone numbers. You'll be able to call me or text me on my cell number, which is 330-524-4285. Send me a text. Now, I must admit, though, and I'll give you my email address too, but I must admit, though, that sometimes I'm a little slower in getting back on my emails. So if you need to get a hold of me, brides, all you need to do is to give me a call at 330-524-4285 and or text me, and I'll get right on it as soon as possible. That's one of the complaints that we've had in this area from brides who have not hired us. They'll come back and they'll say, well, the minister we hired was late. The minister we hired did not contact me until the day before. I really try to minimize that by giving you all of my phone numbers so that if you need to contact me, you can get a hold of me as soon as possible. The nice part about working with me is that you get to choose your wedding ceremony using our wedding choices. Now, the reason I'm not going to show you that 19-page document is because it's a copyrighted ceremonies that were done by Reverend Jonathan Miller, and it is his intellectual properties that he lets me use. So if you'd like to see a copy of Wedding Choices, I would be more than happy to show that to you at an in-person meeting. But basically, it lets you pick out your ceremonies. I've never had, in 11 years of doing this, I've never had a bride come back to me and say, I don't like the ceremony the day of. Now, I've had that happen when we've done the back and forth, but again, we fix it ahead of time so it doesn't ruin your special day. You get to decide whether I wear a suit and tie or a clergy robe. It's called a pulpit robe. It's your choice. One nice thing about working with me is that I carry with me a portable PA system, and I can provide music at no additional charge. That's $250 to $500 for an extra disc jockey hour in this area. And again, my equipment is more adaptable to outdoor weddings than any type of the DJ equipment. The reason being is they have a bunch of cords, and now some of them are getting smart with the Bluetooth and other gadgets and gizmos out there. But mine has worked very well. Again, this is the second generation that I've used of this PA system. I can go out in the middle of a cornfield and perform your wedding and have good amplification. So, and also you get to pick out your music up to 12 iTunes. How nice is that? And again, that's included in your package. Now, I only have one package. Let me explain that. So, how much should all this run? It should run a lot more than I charge. So, some of the higher end wedding officiants on Wedding Wire, and they're not going to like me saying this, but oh well. What they'll do is this: they'll get out this contract and they'll say, okay, regular ceremony, $400. Okay, so that sounds reasonable. It's then when they start adding all the upcharges, which is $1 a mile from their location to you. If you want a rehearsal, then it's mileage again, plus the rehearsal. And one thing that I've never heard of before I got into helping people on a broader scale, but this whole idea of taking a head count and charging for it. I mean, some of these brides that I've talked to have had bills of anywhere between $800 to $1,000 before that they were done. Now, I don't do any of that stuff. I'm an actual pastor. Pastors don't work that way. We work on what's called an honorarium or a donated fee, which we suggest. So my suggested honorarium is what we do is we don't do a contract unless you really need one, but $25 exchanged between us is enough to get me sued. So we exchanged $25, and that puts you on my calendar in blood red ink. I'm serious. And so your time, your location is all blocked out in there. So then afterwards, the day of the ceremony then, $150 to $425, and usually I get anywhere between $200 and $400. Again, usually around $300. Now at nicer places, for example, like vineyards, country clubs, places that are in the upper income area, I usually receive $300 and up, but I completely leave that up to the couple. Why do I do it this way? It's because I want everyone to afford me. Now, if you choose to pay me $150, that's gladly accepted. I would rather that you not do that option unless you really, 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 really need to. Other than that, again, your generosity has helped us to continue this ministry now for 11 years. So we want to continue that. I mean, I have bills to pay every single month on this, advertising bills from Thumbtack and also from Wedding Wire that come in whether I'm making $1 or not. So again, if you could help us out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, so I'm State of Ohio licensed to perform weddings, and I'm also Pennsylvania eligible to do weddings, which means that I'm regular clergy. So regular clergy performs weddings over in Pennsylvania. So that's where I do most of my weddings, is in the northeastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania area. I have the heart of a pastor, mind of a performer. What does that mean? Well, that mind of a performer comes from the years of doing broadcasting, DJ work, and at one time I was a wedding disc jockey, and also public speaking. The heart of the pastor, well, again, I have a church, and to combine those both, that's what you need for a good wedding officiant. That combines both head and heart, and that's what you get with me. Now, another nice thing about working with me is I've been in the wedding industry for, I DJ'd for 6 years, and I've been doing this for 11. So 17 years I've been helping brides. So the nice part about working with me is that you can call me anytime with any wedding problem, and I usually have either a vendor or I have an idea to help you out. Now, I do not require the premarital counseling, but I do offer it. Prepare and Enrich is the standard that's used in churches, and so what I do is I charge $40 for the assessment, and then for each additional session, instead of $120 or up that most counselors would charge, I only charge a church price of $40 per session. So I don't require that. I would highly recommend it, though, for couples under the age of 25. The reason being is that the statistics show that under the age of 25 is that the likelihood of your marriage lasting 7 years decreases because of the age difference. Now, again, if you're closer to 30, what the government statistics show is that you're likely to stay married more than 7 years to your spouse. So what Prepare and Enrich does, it gets you ready for the actual marriage. One of the things that Prepare and Enrich talks about in their promotional materials is you spend all this time getting ready for the wedding. Now get ready for your marriage. And so we have all kinds of information that we give to couples because of the assessment. So now, let's say you don't want to do it. Fine, I honor that. But the one thing that I do is this. Especially your first year, and especially for those couples who have lived together for a long time. Sometimes what happens is that because you're now married, is that things shift. You may have things come up mentally. You may have things come up from your past that you have no idea how to deal with. Call me first before you start calling the attorneys, the in-laws, the outlaws, the up-laws, the down-laws. Call me first. Let's try to work it out through an office appointment, or I also do Skype. Please, marriage is meant to be for a lifetime. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. But the intention going in is that it is for a lifetime. This is a committed relationship. So call me, would love to help. Now, one of the nice things about working with me is that you'll receive a copy of your vows in a very nice binder as a keepsake on your special day. Let me see if I can get this over to the camera. You'll see those wedding bells again. And also, I'll have your names down here, plus also your wedding date. So you'll get a copy of your vows as our wedding gift from us to you on your special day. And you have my commitment to you to do my very best prayerfully to get you off to a wonderful start on your life as a married couple. If you have any other questions, please call me. Would love to talk to you. 330-524-4285 is my cell number. You can also call me at the church, 330-777-0250. Would love to help you. Many blessings to you. Again, if there's any way I can help, please give me a call. Or also, I have a church number, which is 330-777-0250. My church web address is summitspiritualcenter.org. Or if you'd like more information about the wedding ministry, it's ohioweddings.info. Again, thank you very much and best wishes.